Hello friends, this is Carmen. Yes, it's me. I know I've been gone forever, but I'm so glad to be back with you and sharing with you a quick update on my new balcony. You probably remember from one of my last videos, I mentioned that my daughter and I were going to be moving in March. We did. I have a much bigger balcony now. Let me just give you a little span here. I actually haven't taken the full measurements of this balcony, but I'm thinking it's probably about 12 by 12 or 13 by 13. I mean, it's big. And I actually have room for more plants. Isn't that wonderful? But let me just give you a quick tour. This is off of our living room, this big patio window here. And I did bring my 2 chairs, wicker chairs, with me. I'm actually expecting in the mail some new chairs from a company that reached out to me, so I'll be updating these within a week, but I will do a video on that, so I'll show you how that looks. But I've got my Aeonium here. I finally transplanted it and separated it into this one. There's one over there, and then a smaller little branch that I'm taking to my mom. But all of my other succulents are doing well. I did lose a couple in the move. The move was much longer and harder than I thought. There's my Senecio Jacobsonii and string of bananas there. And oh God, it just seemed like it took me forever to get my plants out of there. But I did get them all moved. And here's the shelving. The Kalanchoe, walking Kalanchoe there. That's doing well. It hasn't shot out any little plantlets yet, but it's giving off new leaves, so that's good. But one thing I noticed, I am east-facing here now. So my plants that were used to a north-facing balcony and got very little sun have to deal with the morning sun now. And even just morning sun here in Arizona, we're in May, almost to June, it can be rough. So I had to, the first week or so, really keep an eye on them and start moving plants that were normally at the edge of my balcony way back. That's why I have those hanging there. Way back so they get minimal amount of morning sun, because I found that some were actually burning and not doing well, discoloring. So I've got those moved back, and the ones that are much hardier, my aloes, cacti, crown of thorns, that Kalanchoe pink butterfly, and the euphorbia sticks on fire, those are much more hardy in Arizona sun, and they get sun here probably up until around noon, 1 o'clock the latest, I think. The rest of the time they're in the shade, so that's good. Some of them I'm protecting, like, remember my little pot in a pot? I've got it under this little table here, so it gets some dappled light, and it's doing really well. Haven't lost any plants. And so I've got some that are a little bit more shaded. For instance, in the cart here, there's Rosie looking out from underneath. I moved these Haworthias and this Kalanchoe, and it's blooming, underneath here so it would get dappled light. You see that Aeonium? I had to move it here because you see it got burned. So I had to move it underneath here to get some dappled light. But otherwise, look at my cacti. Look how well it's doing. This one here, this Opuntia, it bloomed right here. I already took it off. But this little pad right here, that's come up in just the last 2 weeks. In 2 weeks it shot that pad, and look how big it is. But I'll insert a picture here of the flower that it gave off for me. I got that from Mountain Crest Garden, and oh, it's just brilliant. So propeller plant's doing well. It's actually giving off some more right there. Got some more here that are a little bit more tender, so I put them underneath. And Aeonium there, and some Ripsalis. I've got my lithops there that have split again, and the baby toes there. So those are underneath, and they get very little sun. The dogs are driving me crazy. So some more aloes. I still do not have a potting bench. I've been using the stacking shelf unit here to work on. I've got just not everything in its place, but I have been so busy. I haven't mentioned yet that my daughter is engaged to be married. Yes, my little Kristen is engaged to be married February of 2020. So I have been designated wedding planner. It's a title that I relish in, obviously, but I'm having a lot of fun doing that. But it's taking up a lot of my time too. So I haven't done a whole lot out here yet. Brought these aeoniums back here away from the sun, and they were bright red when they were out in the sun, but they're turning back to a green now that they're not in the sun as much. And look at this philodendron. I want to say, somebody I think told me this was called lickety split. I'm not sure, but it is going crazy here. I used to have this inside at my old apartment, and I put it in this corner here where it gets minimal sun, but it's loving it. It has given off in the 2 months that we've been here, I would say 6 leaves, going on 7 here. It's loving it. And I do have some purple hearts trailing there that I planted in there, but it's just loving it there. Now here in this apartment, I can hang things. I don't have any wind chimes yet, but I've got my burrow's tail there. A little bit further back so it doesn't get too much sun. I hung my bird cage here, the little guy in there. And so it's doing well. So I've got some more areas that I can place things and hang things. And obviously I'm looking at adding more plants because I have more room. But I am going to be adding, I think, maybe a little bistro table here for some evening dinners or something like that. And like I said, I am going to be getting new chairs. They're on their way. So overall, it's coming together. We're loving it here and feeling so blessed that everything is going well, and that Kristen's so happy and she's getting married. My son's doing well, so feeling very, very blessed. And I appreciate all of you so much and hanging in there with me and still, you know, commenting on my videos and everything. I appreciate that so, so very much. Thanks again, friends, for being here. If you're new, please do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And we'll be sharing some more videos soon. Thanks so much, friends. Have a blessed day. Say goodbye, Rosie. Bye-bye.